Hello everyone, and we are live. I'm very excited because I'm going live with someone who has been a great influence in the past 1.5 years in my life, and has benefited me in ways that I cannot explain. So he will be joining us extremely shortly. So I am going to see how to kind of get him onto our chat. Um, yeah. So hello to a lot of people who are saying hi. Hey, Mind Freezer. I see one name. Luke says hey as well. Hey Luke, cannot wait to get you now live with me on this chat. There is. So I see a lot of people. I see. Hello everyone. It's really nice that you're all sending me a lot of love you guys more. I hope this period that you're at home. Okay, now I'm waiting to see if I get. So yes, we should have Luke with us very soon on the chat. Hello everyone. Andariki namaskaram. Ellarku vanakkam. Hello, hi Luke.
Hey,
How
how's
are
it going?
you? Great.
Very well.
I think we are both very brightly dressed for this live. We've
It's good to
chosen the
see you.
brightest colors possible. How's it going?
Good, Tamannaah. Thank you so much for, organizing this. I think with everyone at home right now, we can make use of a lot of time to start rolling out some simple challenges, which if people follow, they can make it into a habit. That's what I believe.
Well, I just want everyone to know that in the past 1.5 years, whatever I have learned from you when it comes to, simple lifestyle changes, which have benefited me considerably. And today, when I came to you for the very first time, what I was worried about was weight loss, and then something. Not realizing that was actually the last thing that one must worry about, should have to worry about. There are so many other things that we can do which anyway give us so much wellness that weight loss or aesthetic gains are anyway a byproduct of it. So thank you, thanks a lot, and I'm glad we're doing this interaction at this point of time, because I feel like so many people need to hear positive things that they can incorporate in their day-to-day lives, because there's so much negativity out there, and there's so much fear because of the present condition that we all are we're all faced with. So even though we are in the safety of our homes, we still don't feel safe. So
Right.
how do we make ourselves stronger and make ourselves, prepare ourselves to keep our bodies in a way that they're at its healthiest best?
Right. Yeah. I think what you're saying is right, Tamannaah. There's so much of negativity. There's no lack of negativity. There's a huge lack of positivity. It's everywhere. Negativity is everywhere. And if we get hooked onto that, we get sucked into it. It's like a spiral. You get hooked onto one piece of bad news. It takes you to the next and the next. And fear are usually illusions and stories in our mind. It starts off with a small story, and then our mind builds big stories out of fear. And that depresses your immune system. People start feeling negative. It's the easiest way to rob good health from you.
True. So,
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Luke. You were trying to
No,
say
go ahead. So I'm excited about the challenge that you're going to throw out, Tamannaah, because I'm going to start practicing that myself. I'm a huge fan of, people organizing their time. Because whenever people come to us, people who are sick with cancer, weight loss, whatever it is, the first thing is when we try to get them to make small lifestyle changes, they say, we don't have time. And everyone viewing this, I need to tell you something about Tamannaah. All the changes that she's made is with discipline. So if anyone asks me, what did she do differently? I'll say the one thing that she did was discipline. Despite her schedule of, acting and sets and dance and crazy schedules and travel, I know the lifestyle she has. she was able to use discipline, time between sets to work out, time between sets to, sleep or eat well. So if a busy person can do it, any one of us can also do it. So I think discipline is the key word that humans need before they try to achieve any goal. And that's why I'm excited about the first challenge that you're about to throw out to us.
Luke, the strange part is when you are busy, it's much easier to do what I'm going to ask people to do than now that we're at home, because I'm experiencing it too. It's not like the challenge that I'm going to put out for people is easy for me either. I am also experiencing a lot of um, it's hard for me to stick to the schedule that I'm trying to make for myself, because I have the leisure of being at home, and there is no there's no one telling me, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. So I have to decide. So hence the responsibility is even more with me versus when you're at a workplace. There's some kind of rule and regulation that you're following thanks to your job. But here,
That's
because
right.
you're at your house and you have freedom to do whatever you want, it becomes even more difficult. So the challenge is basically to start making a plan for the day, a schedule for the day. So basically jotting down your routine. And I want people, whoever is listening to this live right now, to get that pouring in, and I would be posting whatever replies I get from the post that they make, and I want to share that with people, because the fact remains that this is a lifestyle revolution that we're trying to make. We feel, I mean, we've had several conversations at several points of time where we felt like it's just something that we all need to collectively do. Like today, we are all staying at home, and we're collectively we're staying safe, and also keeping our country safe, and everyone out there safe by actually staying at home. So if something like this can be done, I think this too can be collectively done. And I think it also helps each other. Like I know that if I'm doing it with a friend, or if I'm doing it with someone who I know, it's much easier to do it. So you know that you're going through the same process. So yeah, it would be very nice to see fans, to see people who follow my work, to kind of take this time out that we have with us, which is so precious, and use it to figure out a routine which they would want to follow. And more than just being like forced to follow, this is a choice that they're going to consciously be able to make. So that's what I'm really looking forward to seeing, what people have to what kind of a routine they're planning to make. And
I
one
think
other thing, Luke,
that's,
which
yeah, go ahead.
I have to tell you that now that we're at home, I'm not feeling that thirsty.
But water
So
is really
I have
important for
a
you.
major problem right now at home, where I'm just like, I want to drink water, but I'm not able to drink as much water as I want to. And I feel like I don't know how many people out there are facing a similar thing, because when we're outside at work, we naturally will consume a lot more water, and I feel like that is the main thing that kind of keeps your system good. So can you guide us as to how that should be done?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great point. Tamannaah, we have so many patients who come to us with constipation, acidity, poor skin, poor hair. And when we diagnose with them, they're drinking 2 or 3 glasses of water in a day. So all we do is get them to go up to about 8, 10, or 12, depending on where they stay, their activity. And within a week, most of these symptoms disappear. We have to understand that water dehydration is a serious ailment. About 70 to 80% of our cells are made up of water. So if we don't have water, we affect our skin, our hair, our metabolism, our weight loss, what we try to do for that, every single activity in the human body. So I think that's a great challenge that we should tie in with this, because like you said, especially if people are sitting at home in an air-conditioned environment, you won't feel thirsty. You
Yeah.
feel cool all the time. So that doesn't mean that you don't need enough of water. You still need water. So I think that's a nice challenge. And the recommended, see, it really depends where you stay. If you're working out a lot, your water intake will increase. So anywhere between 8, 10 to 12 is ideal. Now, people should make an informed decision, on how much they need to drink within 8 to 12 glasses according to their activity. So if I'm doing a lot of workout today, I will probably increase my water intake by 500 ml to even 800 ml. So it really
Right.
depends on that. And, we should always listen to the body, because our body tells us if we're dehydrated. If we're not on heavy medication, the color of your pee, if it's a dark yellow, it means that we're already dehydrating. Plus,
Yeah.
if we wait until we're thirsty, we suddenly feel really thirsty. That means we were dehydrating all that while. So I think this is a nice challenge where people finish between 8 to 12 glasses. And an easy tip for people is every an hour, have a glass. So by the time you reach early evening, you've actually met your quota of water. You know, a lot of people try
That's
to
a good.
drink, yeah, before bedtime, but then they wake up to urinate in the night and that disturbs their sleep cycle. So closer to
Totally.
bedtime, we should cut down our water. So I think that's a nice challenge that we should also throw out to people. Yeah.
Lovely. Yeah,
I want to
that's
add
lovely.
one more point because there are a lot of people who overdo it on water. They drink
Yes.
5 to 6 liters,
Yes.
and that's really bad for you because what happens is you start weakening your GI tract, that's your digestive system, and you can
Right.
also flush out a lot of your electrolytes, you know, sodium, potassium that your body needs to maintain balance. So we shouldn't overdo it on water. There are no health benefits in over drinking water. It's about keeping it between 8 to 12 glasses. I think that's a nice challenge. And to reiterate on what you said, you know, I always tell people to plan their day with 16 hours, okay, which means 8 hours is gone for your sleep. So now you have only 16 hours left. What are you going to do with those 16 hours? Put your 1 hour workout, put your 15 or 20 minutes of meditation, your household chores, spending time with your kids, your family, your personal growth. I mean, there's so much. I think you can give them a couple of ideas of how they can plan their day now.
I'm like I one thing that I really want to do now is start cleaning my cupboards, because that's something and I've realized that it had nothing to do with the fact that I was busy.
Okay.
It was just because I was lazy. Because now I have all the time in the world, but just reaching my cupboard to clean it is really difficult. So I figured out that this is so there's so many things that we can do at home, and spending time with my parents. It's it's so precious, because um, I think uninterrupted time was something that was missing. Or always there's a pressure, or you have to get somewhere. I think because of that, we are not able to spend quality time with our loved ones, because
That's right.
even if we are having time off, it's still stipulated that you have to only spend this much time and head back to work. So that pressure is always there on your head. So I think we can use this time, which is anyway there for us, to do things that we really really want to do.
Yeah. And there's a health aspect to what you say. You know, many people will be saying, how does that add to my health? When we
Yeah.
spend time with our loved ones, we produce hormones. One important hormone is oxytocin. When we spend time with our loved ones, we automatically generate that. And that's great for our immune system as well. So it does have a side effect of great health when we spend time with our loved ones. And I think by you throwing out this challenge, people will be able to organize their day instead of reacting to their day. When we're busy, we react to our day. We don't know when we're
Correct.
going to work out, when we're going to sleep, meditate. They can make time for their meals, eat, chew their food properly. So I think this is a fantastic challenge, and I hope everyone will actually post their timetables that you're encouraging them to make, so we can have a look at that.
Absolutely. So I want to even reach out to people, like, of course, the people watching this live would be speaking very many different languages. So for people who are from southern part of India, ఇప్పుడు వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు బి పుట్టింగ్ ఒక ఛాలెంజ్ మేము వేస్తున్నాం, దానికి ఒక పోస్ట్ పెడతాం. ఆ పోస్ట్ ని చూసి మీరు ఈ ఛాలెంజ్ కి జాయిన్ అవ్వచ్చు. అండ్ ఇది ఇది మీ హెల్త్ కోసం, ఇది మీ మంచి హెల్త్ కోసం. అలాగే there are a lot of Tamil people who follow the account, and I want to reach out to them. நீங்க எல்லாரும் இந்த அக்கவுண்ட் பார்த்துட்டு நாங்க போஸ்ட் பண்ற சேலஞ்ச் ஃபாலோ பண்ணலாம். அண்ட் நீங்க எனக்கு அனுப்புன போஸ்ட் எல்லாமே நான் போஸ்ட் பண்ணேன் என்னோட அக்கவுண்ட்ல. So yeah, so I mean, I want to reach out to as many people, because health is something that if at all we want this revolution for just the people of our country, there's so many people out there who are, like, for example, I was talking on one of another live that I was doing with an anchor, and in my building, the watchman who was there, he didn't know how the coronavirus is spread. He's like, oh, in हम लोग ने अपने गांव में चिकन खाना बंद कर दिया था because हमको लगता है कि चिकन से स्प्रेड होता है. And I was like, no, it spreads with touching. So I feel like also this time can be taken to, wherever you can, get an opportunity to educate people who don't have the access to, say, the internet. And if people who are around you, if you have access to those people, please make sure that you go out and do that. So I would love for you also, Luke, to kind of spread that message, because there are lots of people, not only in the cities, of course, we have access to internet, and it's everything from, electricity to food to everything is so easily accessible but there are lots of people in rural India who don't have the access. So what would you like to say about that?
I think that's great. We all have to do our part in spreading, social awareness. Like I always say, social media can be very destructive, or we can use it to reach out, educate people. And everyone watching this right now, y'all can be involved in the process of spreading right information, motivating people out there to make small lifestyle changes. If you know how the virus is spread, help educating people who don't know that. We all have to come together as a country. We need to be united in order to combat all of this. And that's how it works. That's how humanity works, when we work together.
But this is really great, Luke, and I am really looking forward to a lot of other stuff that I really want to do for just spreading awareness, because whatever lifestyle changes that you have helped me and have introduced me to have benefited me so much, that I'm hoping that we can do more of this and we can interact more with people. And the idea of doing this challenge is to get people, going from this. I think it's this inertia that we all think that, okay, no, we'll push it, we'll do it at some point, But I think there's no better time than now, because we're sitting in the comforts of our house.
Absolutely. I'm in with you for this. And, it's all about lifestyle. They call it lifestyle medicine, because if you do it, you can actually possibly prevent illness. And we don't want people to have to spend money on their health when they lose it. We want them to invest in prevention by making small lifestyle changes, which are inexpensive. It doesn't cost you money to make a lifestyle change. And if you do that, you can possibly prevent yourself from falling sick and spending a lot of money to get your health back. That's exactly what lifestyle medicine is. And I hope that this revolution that we're trying to create will reach everyone to make small lifestyle changes at home and help spread the message as well. They can be part of the revolution. It's not just going to be you and me. We want them to be part of it and keep spreading all the goodness.
That sounds like a plan, Luke. And I thank you so much for being a part of this, because I can't tell you how many people you are helping by just being here on this live show.
Thank you so much. You want to do a quick recap to everyone on the 2 challenges that you're launching for the next 7 days before we launch the second challenge?
Yes. So the first challenge is to make a schedule, is to make a timetable of what you're going to do in the day, and you guys can send it to me, and I will choose which ones and I will post them, which I think are interesting, and I might also take inspiration from them, because I'm also struggling with this.
Me too.
So maybe we are going to be taking off of each other's timetables. But yeah, guys, get as innovative as you can, because we have all the time in the world right now. So trying to make the most of that. And the second challenge is to be able to drink about 10 to 12 glasses of water, and to kind of do it together, because I think the idea of doing this challenge is so that we can kind of support each other through this, so that we make it we start doing it now in this free period, and then it becomes a habit in the due course of time. And something that becomes a habit is what is going to be preventive and what's going to be sustainable also in the long terms of things. So yeah, these are the 2 challenges. I hope people.
Fab. I'm just going to add one last point. If anyone's a kidney patient and you have a water restriction from your doctor, please follow what your doctor tells you to drink, okay? Some people may be on a water restriction, so you must follow the advice of your doctor, please. Okay? Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hope you do more of this.
Yeah. See you soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye, everyone.